It's 85 degrees in Coma, which is also the temperature at which work sweat turns into pressure steam, shooting out of the ears of the many hard-charging careerists in town. This is Coma News Daily, the internet news source portal for the town of Coma. This newscast is brought to you by Liquid Ham, which medical science may or may not have shown provides both 6 hours of energy and a fire hose of relief from a stressful work life.
Liquid Ham tastes great.
I'm Dr. Jimmy, Coma physician and glow stick swinging partier, reading you the news as reported by the hardest working reporters among the many covering the mean streets of Coma, USA. Joining me today is Coma News Daily's newest intern and a returning stand-in host from our last broadcast, Maribel Davis.
Hello, Dr. Jimmy. First of all, I don't know what a raver is, but I'm super excited to be back this week because this time I'm here not as a punishment for driving into you and those old people, but because I've been hired as a real working news person.
Well, I don't think an internship is technically an employment situation.
This is my chance to show all those people, hi, Daddy, that doubted whether or not I'd ever achieve the career of my dreams.
Your dream has been to broadcast the news.
Technically, my dream has been to investigate the many mysteries as Coma's only private dick. Gross. But there's room in this life for more than just one dream job.
Well, the average person changes careers 4 times over the course of their lives, so perhaps you're onto something, Maribel.
I know. People put themselves in a box with their jobs, and sometimes I think that's because we're all in boxes in our mind.
Ah, a metaphor. I've never been much of a fan of metaphors, but I have always been a supporter of hard work, which makes our lead story one of my favorites. Coma residents will have the chance to work smarter, not harder, through the mayor's new Smart Jobs for Tomorrow program. The initiative will seek to connect the large number of highly skilled Coma residents with employers from the town's emerging technology and communications industries. Mayor Dave Anderson, when launching the program, said, "For me, success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives." The following is a selection of positions offered seeking contributors to our blog, nerdexplosion.org, and offer excellent benefits in exchange. We're looking for highly motivated people who want to join our team and help it grow and become the best publication online. No pay. Again, no pay, but you'll receive the following benefits for being a contributor to our website: Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards and sponsorship, video games, hard copies and DLC copies, Vape e-Juice, League of Legends Riot Points, World of Warcraft subscription, anime DVD box sets, comic books, manga books.
What does that mean?
Movie tickets to all major releases. To apply, all you have to do is submit a writing sample or a link to one. We're looking for serious people who want to stick with us and help foster new fans to our site. If that's you, apply today. Wanted. Editorial assistance. Feelings magazine is an independent online publication that celebrates the lifestyle and breadth of our emotional living. We're looking for an editorial assistant to join our editorial staff. Duties include editing and producing content for the website and digital magazine, assisting the editor-in-chief and managing editor with upcoming issues, researching and developing engaging topics and ideas for potential articles, connecting with readers on various social media outlets. Must have at least 1 year of experience working for an online publication, a deep connection with your feelings, strong editing skills that include grammar, spelling, fact-checking, and proofreading. Must have experience with WordPress. Self-motivated and detail-oriented. The ability to work under tight deadlines. Send us your resume with links or an attachment of 3 writing samples and tell us why you'd want to be part of our publication. Compensation, writing for feelings.
I don't think those jobs are real because I applied for both and they didn't even write me back.
Well, maybe they're still reviewing your resume.
Wait, what's a resume?
I think it's time to hear from our boss, the publisher of Coma News Daily and
Wait, this sounds boring.
avid horse enthusiast, Davis Montgomery III.
People constantly want to know what makes Davis Montgomery tick. That's when I tell them about my classical education, love of literature, and role as publisher and owner of Coma News Daily, a subsidiary of the Coma News Network. In an age of rapid globalization, compressing margins, and ever-evolving standards, the biggest challenge in the news industry is our inability to make money. As I told Barry, my lead thoroughbred trainer, I've won in every industry, but cannot for the life of me derive a profit from the newspaper or online e-zine industry. It was in pursuit of such an improvement that I invited the Coma News Daily staff to take the weekend off and come to my 987-acre estate in Coma's horse country to shape the future of this town's cutting-edge source of information. Instead of our staff writers, editors, and columnists attending some indolent booze fest, as some of them no doubt had assumed, I undertook to sharpen them into a precision reporting team. Endurance swims across a pond of fresh printer's ink gave way to spirited foot chases of our news staff by mounted reenactors of the Pony Express. Stone chiseling, papyrus reed picking, and smoke signal competitions, with but a badge of honor as the prize, occupied much of the afternoon. The result? Well, I should hope the result will be obvious to our readers and truly beloved advertisers. The recent additions to editorial staff will be accompanied by grand and glorious expansions in advertising, classifieds, advertorials, and sponsorship for Twitter posts. So we welcome you to the next and most lucrative chapter in the history of Coma News Network that is less about content and more about the bottom line. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we will.
You know, the post-recession job boom in Coma hasn't just been about journalism, Maribel.
I know, and I don't know what journalism is.
Coma's economy has begun to offer a wealth of employment opportunities in retail, criminal justice, and the arts.
I know, and I don't care about any of those.
Our next story tells us a little bit about one of the newest employment surges in our town.
So, do I need to read this?
Yes, you do.
Coma's courthouse will soon fill with the smoky sounds of justice. Gross. When a new sponsor takes over, a music shop called Allen's Vape and Vinyl will open in Coma Courthouse later this month. The store's owner and purveyor of fine vape products, Alan Pizzotti, previously played lead cymbals in the punk band Naked Vape Gun. Pizzotti... It's funny.
It is funny.
All right, stop that.
No, go ahead.
No.
It's actually a lot better if you just keep going.
Okay.
The store's owner and purveyor of fine vape products, Alan Pizzotti, previously played lead cymbals. Wow. In the punk band Naked Vape Gun. Pizzotti moved to Coma from Chicago a couple weeks ago after citing the town deserves to be a better place. Pizzotti plans to restore judicial operations at the courthouse, which were suspended last year amid a budget crunch. If corporate sponsorship is good enough for the town's motor vehicle department liquor store, then it's good enough for Law and Order, said Coma Mayor Dave Anderson. Plus, this guy's albums are groovy dope. Who is that? The self-appointed Judge Pizzotti plans for his court to deliver an extra-large helping of hard justice. The self-appointed Judge Pizzotti plans for his court to deliver an extra-large helping of hard... justice. Years of experiencing weighing the relative worthiness of people in our culture has prepared me for the role better than any law school ever could, said Pizzotti, who plans to fund the court's ongoing operations through proceeds from the vape and vinyl shop. The first priority for the smoke-filled Chamber of Justice will be to eliminate the town's backlog of pending cases. Speed is the essential element in both criminal justice and in judging people's taste in music or preferred vape flavors, Pizzotti said. The other key element of justice is snark. There's going to be some snap flowing from this bench. Defendants can expect traffic citation rulings to be accompanied by extended lectures from the bench on future trends in vape juicing mixing and the primacy of straight-to-wax late 80s Brazilian comp. Plus, if you're stupid, you can expect to face either immediate ejection or incarceration, he said. The move to juristic jams left some town residents in a haze. There's nothing great about music in a courthouse, Jax Owen, a Coma Town Council member, said when told about the deal. Amazing music happens when you bring together smoke machines, loud karaoke, and some drunk hot chicks. Coma's lead employer also wondered how sustainable the business model was. The numbers don't work unless you change the civil fines or whatever was needed to cover your overhead, since none of these idiots are good enough to purchase your stuff, said Owen. But you have to have some monster arrogance to pull that off. Most people in Coma are excited about the opening of the store because they're weird, but are upset about the idea that traffic court will be in session once again. If I got a traffic ticket 2 years ago but was never enforced because the court was shut down, am I going to have to pay a fine or something, said Chase Donovan, Coma teenager. Also, isn't vinyl that stuff they put in cars and feels real sticky? Not sure what this place is selling. Some townspeople are excited about everything because they're drunk. Let's be honest. Does making a purchase keep me from going to jail, said Stoner Steve. If elegance, smoking, and music had a threesome and made a baby, the vape and vinyl would be that baby.
It's the organic race that will blow your mind. Two-wheel endurance insanity at the Coma Fairgrounds in a grain elevator. Sundays, organic spikes free from your friends and neighbors. Sundays, a special parents buy compost maker. Get ready to get your sustainable stuff blown off. The monster organic bike call is gonna blow you away with special clown.
Dutch Organic Bikes is not responsible for legal status of any of our Monster Organic Bikes, nor are we responsible for any charges stemming from the receipt of stolen property. Please use a helmet, bike responsibly.
You know, sitting here with you, Maribel,
Gross.
makes me wonder what we're doing to prepare our youth for the jobs of tomorrow.
What? Like astronauts?
No, I was thinking more like high tech.
Oh, tech. Those guys are kind of gross and boring.
I too have heard that unattractive, uncoordinated, and awkward men are often overrepresented in the high tech field. But our next story is about one Coma teacher who's trying to change all that. The school day had already ended, but pairs of teens sat in a dimly lit computer lab
That sounds really boring.
at Coma Middle School, hunched over tablets as they worked their way through a series of games. They were beta testing a new program for the Coma company Smash It Games, which specializes in explosion-related games. The game was Blast Town, based on urban fighting during the recently concluded Iraq War. It featured challenges such as Codebreaker, in which they used logic to decipher a coded puzzle, and Pipes, which required connecting a series of pipe bombs. Periodically, during the hour-long session, Smash It programmer Robert McGinnis would collect feedback from the 8 participating boys on what features they liked and didn't like, and what worked well and not so well. The event was a meeting of the ARG team. That stands for Athletes Really Rule at Gaming, a program at Coma High School. The program is designed to boost participation in the technology-related activities of Coma High School athletes. It was started after its organizers kept hearing from teachers that the school's athletes were losing interest in technology, said McGinnis. Jocks approach technology differently from non-athletic kids, said McGinnis, whose childhood love of soccer in his native Scotland blossomed into a brief, semi-pro career. These athletically inclined lads can react to losing more viscerally than most kids, and Smash controllers can cut short a rich and rewarding digital experience, he said. They also need to hear that IT careers are available to more than just the painfully uncourted Marys and antisocial stalkers. One local parent, Jax Owen, was initially skeptical of the program, but now counts himself as a leading supporter. Said Owen, who owns Jax Used Cars, while most IT jobs will never pay as well as a typical jock profession like car sales, lobbying, and working as business professionals, the relatively non-existent stress and steady paychecks could provide plenty of downtime for hunting, fishing, or just hitting the target range to blow off steam. Not only has technology changed a lot in recent years, but jocks today seem much more confident in using that technology than they were 10 years ago, McGinnis said. The program brings in former athletes in tech-related fields to provide role models for the boys. In August, a data scientist and former Ultimate Fighter will come and talk to the boys, McGinnis said. It does spur their interest. It gets them to think ahead and to stop smashing things so much.
The idea of a hot IT guy helping at the Apple Store does sound promising, especially because I break my phone a lot.
Unfortunately, our career news this week is not all good news.
Oh no! Were you fired from the broadcast finally? Because you're boring?
No, I certainly was not. I was referring to the unfortunate departure of the curator of the Coma Historical Society.
Oh, boring. Okay, I got this one. Citing general apathy regarding the olden days, of course, people are apathetic, and an insatiable thirst for the future, Coma town historian Micah Horncraft resigned from his post as the curator of the Coma Historical Society on Wednesday and immediately accepted a similar position at the new Coma Futurist Society. Very confusing. The future is full of wonderment and uncertainty, said Horncraft in a prepared speech to the city council. Did you ever stop to think what buttons might look like 10 or 20 or even 1,000 years? They might not resemble in any way what we've come to expect from a button. This type of thing gets people excited. Horncraft said the decision has nothing to do with the recent resignation of Coma historian Jeff Smithery, who announced last month he would turn his focus from the past to the future. Horncraft shared several exhibits that will be part of the Society's grand opening next month, including what appeared to be hand-drawn illustrations of futuristic concepts. Imagine a robot coffee cup, Horncraft said to the City Council. It can move around on your table using a remote control. Isn't that amazing? We're going to be sharing cutting-edge technology with citizens of Coma every day. So weird. The Coma Future Society is set to open next month. According to Horncraft, there will be a variety of original hand-drawn illustrations and diagrams depicting a fantastic, futuristic world of possibilities, as well as magic exhibition and collection of vintage TV guides on display. I have no idea what that means.
How to anything. Make your own personal bumper stickers by Stan Bardmeyer. Bumper stickers are great. They can tell people all they need to know about you. The only problem is they only work when you're driving around in your car. Use personal bumper stickers to show people your views on life. First, you will need some blank stickers and a color printer. Second, briefly summarize every possible viewpoint you may have on a wide range of important topics and print directly onto the stickers. Some examples might be, I heart hearts. I oppose diseases. Poor driving can sometimes make me mildly irritated sometimes. Who killed FDR? Third, apply the stickers to your clothing and you're all set. Wherever you go, your opinions will clearly be seen by others around you. If some of those people happen to share those beliefs, you have just earned a lifetime friend.
Bucket! It's time to get some feet! How about the endless family foot bucket with 4 sides? What about a hoof flap? Have you tried our PD Potter popcorn feet? Have you tried a selection of fried sodas? It's just toe nuggets! Why does people love us so much? At the Food Bucket, it's not just fast food, it's fun food. Food Bucket!
Our next contributor is an amazing blogger of amazing things, 27 years old, as well as Coma's only private deck. Gross. It's me. This is mine. Daddy Warbucks. How's the job search coming, Marybelle? Me, I don't need a new job now, Daddy. I have one reading the news for free for Coma News Daily. Daddy Warbucks, $200,000 on a psych degree, Maribel. Me, not now, Daddy. I need to solve the mystery of how to be the best private tech. Oh, gross. By watching a lot of True Detective trailers on HBO. Long before he became a bad guy on True Detective, Vince Vaughn brought us the movie Wedding Crashers. I never saw that movie because it's old people and gross. But I did have a boyfriend who liked to call me a stage 5 clinger. When I happened to show up at his car dealership or behind his couch or at a poker game with his friends, look, I just happened to be in those places in a cute outfit. It was not my fault. The point is, whoever this Vince Vaughn character is, I'm glad he moved on to playing real characters like a villain who is older and with ugly chicks instead of that old guy who clings to younger girls. I watched Magnum P.I. on Netflix because somebody told me he was a private investigator, but that was so 80s and so hairy gross. I Googled him, gross. So I tuned into True Detective, but only the trailers for inspiration, and here's what I learned. 1. I have a complicated relationship with my daddy. Okay, got that. He wants me to get a job and doesn't understand that I already have one solving mysteries even though there's no money involved. 2, have a drinking problem. Easy. I like beer, except it makes me fat. Gross. But that's kind of good though now because I'm complicated. I drink and I don't want to be fat. That's complicated. 3, smoke a lot of cigarettes. This is gross to me, but I'm willing to just hold a burning cigarette in my hand. Or possibly vape. 4, have questionable relationships with questionable characters who are into bondage. This part is difficult for me. I saw 50 Shades of Grey. And this would really depend on the right guy, the right personality, I mean a lot of money. So here's to the true detection of Coma's mysteries, staying clear of old men, like the guys in Wedding Crashers, and not giving up hope. That last one was actually a shout out to my best friend, who's probably drunk behind Bear's Biker Bar. Hope! Hi!
Next it's the Medical Mosh with Dr. Jimmy. At my coma clinic, I am constantly asked a range of questions by my parents with small babies. But there's one question that's more common than any other. Because it takes so long to get a baby out of the house, Dr. Jimmy, how can I make sure I'm wearing pants? Due to the frequency of this question, I thought I'd provide the short checklist of instructions that I provide to new parents. Step 1. Put the screaming baby down, preferably in a seat that the baby is strapped into, as babies tend to run away. Step 2. Check yourself. Are you wearing pants? Step 3. If you aren't wearing pants, go find a pair of pants. Put the pants on. Is the baby screaming? Don't listen. You cannot walk out of the house without any pants on. Step 4. If you are wearing pants, check your shirt. Is your shirt clean? Does it smell like baby vomit? If your shirt smells like baby vomit, but only a little bit, then don't worry about changing and leave the house immediately. Do not take time to think about it, or you may never leave the house. The most important thing for new parents, after the pants and shirt stuff, is make sure that you bring the baby with you. Do not leave the house without the baby. Well, that's it for Coma News Daily this week.
Mystery solved.
We usually say be good, beware, and be newsworthy, Coma.
Mystery solved. Dr. Jimmy, Raver, whatever that means.